Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Friday, May 8th, 2015. Okay, jobless claims yesterday. Number was pretty much in line. Still, though, initial claims, 256, 270, whatever the heck the number was here. 265,000. That's each week. And that's close to 1% of the population of the U.S. Let's see, 10% would be 2 million. No, maybe it's 0.1%. I think it might be 0.1%. I guess that's not really that outrageous of a number. It is to me, though. That just seems kind of high, but I think that that's pretty typical. At least for now, it's definitely going to be typical. So, I guess it's normal. For today, we have the employment situation, and don't necessarily trust those numbers. The numbers are fine. It's the way that they get them. That I've never been called on the phone. Supposedly do a phone survey. Are you working? Yes or no. And if you're not working, are you looking for work? And if you say no to both questions, then you say okay. And that number doesn't even count. So I guess you're not unemployed unless you want to be employed. So that's the way it is. That's not the way credit card companies look at it, though. They look at it a little bit different. So we're looking here to see what's going on across the ponds. Asia is bullish and Europe is bullish, which is a bummer for my negative delta that I just put on this week. So here, I just want to say, enough about Deflategate. I can't tell you how much it was in the news yesterday on talk radio, I guess you might say, or on TV or anything else. It's like, wow, the report that said, well, maybe, kinda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, not conclusive, maybe, kinda, they could have been deflated, and they probably were deflated, but we can't, I don't know. It's just, and it was over 1,000 pages, supposedly. So, enough said about that, I guess. Let's just move on here. Futures here are looking up. Gold is at 1185, and not really going too far. Speaking of gold, I bought back for 4 cents. That's right, I should have had a net in there. I have to change that. For 4 cents, and then I bought it back, and then I sold July 15 call, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. Oil 59 pulled back a little bit from its increase yesterday, and the dollar at 94.72, and that's a little bit, I think that's a little bit higher than yesterday. And Euro US dollar, which I think was around $1.13, is now at $1.12.3, or almost $1.12.4. All right. Let's jump right over here right away and take a look at this GLD. I think I need to put the net here. So it was 4 cents, so it's 1.01 was my net on that. So now, been in this trade for quite a while. Bought the 100 shares of GLD back in August of 2013, and we all know, we bought it for 100 and $31.97. And then we sold a 134 call and collected $2.31 in credit, which brought us down to 129.66. And if it would have been called, that's what this column here is for. If it would have gone above 134, then we would have made 3.2%, and things were looking pretty good there for a while. And you can tell just about when the bottom fell out was the beginning of this year, when gold pulled back, and then I started dropping the strikes. Actually, it was between August and January of this year where it just kept sinking. So it takes a while to get back to profitability on this when it does that, but the good thing is that you can continue to sell calls against it and collect a little bit of credit, sort of like having a dividend, I guess you might say, and it's kind of fun to play with. So now we've actually worked our cost basis down to 122.94 from 131.97, so we've made like $1,000 on it. Well, we haven't made it yet. We haven't realized it. We have pulled in a lot of credit, though. A lot of credit. Almost $1,000 in credit as this thing was sliding down. So over almost 2 years, about $500 a year on this. So in reality, if you had an account that was full of long stocks, you could work this strategy just like this, and you could do pretty good, I would think. And you could probably, if you had a couple $100,000 and it was all tied up in stocks and you wrote calls on it, there's a good possibility you might make enough income to live off of. I mean, basically that's the whole idea of covered call strategy. So I think before I give up on this spreadsheet here, I will write a formula in this column here to total up all the credit that I've collected. So I'm going to pause this and do it now. Alright, that didn't take too long. So here's the formula right here, and actually it comes out to $605. I think I'll move the information up here to this column heading so that I don't have to scroll around for it or keep moving it in order to get that answer. Okay, so interesting. $605 over almost 2 years for a let's see, that would be it's a pretty hefty investment, $13,000. It's not really all that impressive. We'll figure out an annual ROI on this as well. How about that? But I'm not going to do that right now. Anyway, let's head right over here and see what else is going on. Chipotle's, I needed to do something today because that's going to expire today, and then I have a couple of Costco's here actually. One for next week and one for June 1st, June 1, I should say. So we have a little bit of time for Costco to give me some movement to the downside. And SPX over here, which expires when? This expires next week. So we're looking okay with that one too. So let's move right on to the scan. Baidu and Google didn't come through for me yesterday. So Apple, yeah, we have a target set on Apple. Let's move this over here. Nice support here. Very nice support. And it might be that a bear call may be not the right choice at this time. We'll have to wait and see. That's why we wait for our indicators here to give us our entries. Amazon, still don't know quite what's going on with them. Baidu, alright, we didn't get our alert yesterday. I was thinking of violating some rules here, so I'm taking us off of here because it's not going to work out. Chipotle, we are in Chipotle with this one here. Let's just zoom in just a tad more. And it expires today, so we're going to have some movement down on Chipotle, and I can't determine at this time what the sentiment may be when it opens. So here, I think it must have been yesterday, huh? Let's see when I did this. 5/7, yes, it was yesterday when I added to this based on an alert that I had set, and then it went and gave a doji for the day. So it didn't continue down. We have a green doji, but is this moving average? No, it's still moving down. Let me just check here. Yeah, it's still moving down. We'll see about that. We still have some time on that. I'm not worried about that one. They're all 50 deltas. Okay, so here we have our wedge where we had actually a violation here, but we need to close down below that in order for it to give us an indication it may be heading down. Here is our trend line, and we're riding it right now as a support level. And that's how the Dow is looking. And then GLD, I do have a cost basis line on here someplace. Yeah, cost basis. I need to change that. I will change that in the near future sometime. Google, we were looking. Actually, I had an alert on it, and it triggered, and then it didn't really do anything. So if I take a look here on a 15-minute, the way that it opened yesterday, it did open down and trigger that alert, and then it just turned around and headed up. So what is the sentiment? We're still bearish. Still currently bearish. LinkedIn. Whoa, yeah. Bearish on LinkedIn. It is in setup mode. So for today, a setup on LinkedIn. And would I do anything today? I don't know. NDX, we'll have to see how it looks. If it's going to move or if it's just going to rattle around. NDX, nice channel here trading in. Conflict between moving averages here, so not real interested in anything there. Let's take a look at Netflix. Still waiting to find out what Netflix is going to do. Priceline. Well, what do we have here? Priceline had their earnings, I think, before the market yesterday. Yes. They were looking for 6.93 and they actually got 8.12. My goodness. That's a lot of earnings per share. There must not be much float out there, which is why the price of the stock is so high. Got hit hard. So we're going to have to wait to see what it does after this. Russell, definitely in a downtrend, and we are in setup mode on the Russell, and that would probably be, if I was to do anything on Russell, that would be a 20 Delta or a 510 Iron Condor. One or the other. And the same thing for SPX, and the same thing for I'm not real excited about trading NDX. That thing just flies around like, whew, man, that makes me a little bit nervous. We actually have a hook here on SPX, so I'm looking to get in on a 20 Delta bull put on SPX. Just because of I'm longer term on this. I go out 30 days. The weekly moving average is moving up. Where can we get here if we go out 30 days? Man, I got a lot of simulated trades sitting here on this thing. 30, well, we'd have to go to June 2. So, looking for a 20 Delta. Let's see here. I guess I have to sit up here and take note. All right, 20 Delta. That would put us at 2,000. And how would that look on a chart? 2,000. What? Are you serious? A 20 Delta really puts us at 2,000? Out here? It's 15% IV. That would be incredibly favorable in my mind anyway. That's definitely a lot different than some of these. This one, the active one right now is at 2035. So if I can get something at 2,000, you betcha. You betcha. So SPX, and that's a 20 Delta. Let's go back and take a look at Russell going in the other direction. This is 20, let's see here, June 2, 34, 20 Delta. Well, these are $10 spreads here, so it's difficult. 1260. 1260. I would not feel real comfortable doing that. 1260 there. 1260 is only up here. I wouldn't feel real comfortable with that, but I am liking this SPX trade a lot. Alright, now let's take a look at Tesla, if I can get the Thinkorswim platform to actually do something here. Wow. So Tesla must have had, yes, that's right. Remember, we looked at it yesterday, and it was, they lost less than they thought they were going to lose. So the market liked it. Lots of trading going on, brought it back up to its high, or at least most recent high. All right, it's Friday and it's a weekend, and I don't know about where you are, but it's going to be very hot here this weekend. We might get some thunderstorms and probably, like severe weather. It's kind of a Mother's Day thing that's coming up, so for all of you mothers out there, I would like to just say congratulations. It's kind of a special thing to be a mother. So have a great weekend. Enjoy whatever time off you might have. Thanks very much for watching, and happy trading.